Would you like to buy a sailing boat, but are hesitating between a catamaran and a trimaran? We'll explain everything you need to make the perfect choice and sail to your heart's content. First, let's look at the similarities. Both boats are multi-hulls. Multi-hulls are faster than monohulls. This is achieved by the tapered profile of the hulls. Resistance in the water is significantly reduced. Now let's talk about safety. The Trimaran is considered the safest boat on the market. The 3 hulls provide greater resistance and better balance, especially in rough seas and strong winds. As the wind increases, the leeward float will sink, breaking the boat. This increases safety. Nevertheless, you should always bear in mind that capsizing is always a possibility, even with the Trimaran. A fuse system completes the Trimaran's safety. This will prevent any breakage problems. The Trimaran is generally used for pleasure boating. Some professionals also use them for small-scale cruising. It should also be added that the Trimaran is wider and therefore takes up more space. This can be of considerable importance when it comes to storage. Why buy a Trimaran? This sailboat goes faster than a catamaran. Another advantage of this type of craft is its stability. The Trimaran is known for not listing. It will therefore be a friend to families or people who are not very sure of their sailing. It's also ideal for those who suffer from seasickness. This problem disappears. The boat is also more comfortable. The platform can be extended with trampolines from one float to the other as required. It's also a very light sailboat. It can be launched by a single person. It can also be towed by almost any boat. It can also be transported anywhere, which is a significant advantage when accessing remote waters. The Trimaran is ideal for sailing close to the rocks, but it does require the ability to beach without difficulty. That's why the central hull pivots. The same applies to the rudder blade. We use the Trimaran mainly for coastal cruising, but also in season for regattas. The Trimaran is therefore versatile. Before deciding on a Trimaran, you'll need to consider the various options available. You can also invest in a trailer, useful for getting around, an outboard motor, or even a paddle or kayak. What about a catamaran? It's a little slower than its counterpart. However, it can outrun the elements without the slightest problem. It's around 20% faster than a simple monohull. Modern catamaran technology means you can cover between 200 and 250 miles per day. So you can have fun and discover new places without wasting time. In addition to speed, catamarans have no ballast in the keels, so it relies solely on buoyancy for stability. Although the general rule is that the ratio between length and beam is 50%, today you can find many catamarans with a different profile. It's possible to add a few meters to the beam for greater stability and less pitching. This enables them to cope with roll in the best possible conditions. With a catamaran, sail changes and reefing are easier than with a monohull, for example, so the risk of going overboard is much lower. Comfort is much greater, reducing fatigue. Finally, the catamaran's habitability is unrivaled. If you're looking for a home on the water, look no further than a catamaran. You'll be able to install electrical appliances and air conditioning, among other things. You'll also be able to invite more guests. Pelagia Yachting specializes in luxury yacht brokerage. Backed by a team of experienced and passionate professionals, we're committed to providing a personalized experience to each client to meet their yachting needs and desires. We put our network of professionals and our in-depth knowledge of the market at your disposal to find your perfect vessel. We'll guide you through the entire purchasing process. At Pelagia Yachting, we value quality over quantity, and we make it a point to offer a privileged experience to each of our clients. Visit pelagiayachting.com today.